to help with this one. Misha. Okay. Bingo, you want help? He's a silly old dog. Anyways. Everybody wants attention. Jeez, you're making it hard for me to focus. Hey, look how dirty the can got while I was using it. So, let me move my foot out the way so you don't have to cringe at my toenails again. Because I'm a hippie. Sometimes. I'm a hippie in the very basic sense of the word. I'm certainly not a communist. I'm a capitalist hippie. Because I enjoy contradictions. And Misha is a Nazi Jew. Yeah, she is a Jewish member of the Nazi Party. Isn't that right? She enjoys contradictions too. I don't know, it's the first total contradiction I could think of because, well, I've been thinking about the White House. So, Nazis and Jews and Russians, oh my, you know, like I don't know what's going on anymore. Do you? Well, I actually do, but that's only when my brain is functioning. Right now, not so much. Right now, I'm in automotive mode. And I have wonderful things to tell you. And now that it's been 2 minutes into the video, I'm going to finally get around to it, in case you couldn't just discern it from the title. This is a video about silicone and lithium. A poor mechanic's best friends, in my opinion. Or maybe it's just Hondas. I'm going to put Hondas in the title. But, you know, this probably applies to other brands. I just don't work on other brands. Anyway, I'd love to hear Eric the Car Guy's opinion on this, on whether or not he uses it much professionally. But Misha loves it. Don't you, Misha? She wants to get that little clover right there. You want to get that clover? You get the clover? Yeah. Get the clover. Anyway. So as you can see, I have a belt. I have a pulley. Pulley belt. Okay, sorry. Sorry. I really apologize for that. The kitten is she's making it impossible to film this video. She cracks me up how she's just all up in the business just because I flattened out a plastic bag. But anyways, thank you to O'Reilly for stocking these products. They are miracles in a bottle combined together. Okay, and what I mean by that is not that you should rely on these. Okay, I'm still going to install these parts, but now I have time to install these parts. All right. And there's another part that I found out that I should replace, but I'm not gonna. I probably should in a while, but I'm still not gonna because it's a Honda. If it's not a Honda, you should replace it. I'm going to explain all this in a sec. Okay, so This is an example of me diagnosing something based on previous inspections and length of time and wear items. Like, basically, I had previously, in fact, on the other CRV video, noted that the serpentine belt was old and in need of replacement. It did not look like this. This is what a nice, pretty new one should look like. And that moisture that comes with it, you want to keep. You want to keep this like you keep your dashboard. You want to keep this nice and conditioned. This is rubber. Think of it like your dashboard. You want it always to be shiny and moist. Okay? Shiny and moist. Shiny and... Okay, I'm okay. I'm okay. Fine. Everything's fine. Is that right, Misha? Misha! What are you doing? You're silly. Misha, Misha, Misha. Misha, Misha, Misha. Misha! Misha! Misha, Misha, Misha. Tried to like spook her with the yell thing, and now I'm trying to like figure out if there's a reasonable level I can yell at her and get her to chirp back at me. Misha! Misha, Misha, Misha. Misha, Misha, Misha. Remember me? Remember me? Meow. Damn it. My kids are good at getting her to do that. But I like have to correct her. That's how she does to talk back to me. She thought she did something wrong. And she was like, no, fuck you. I'm allowed to do this. So anyway, moving on. And now, 7 minutes into the video. These are for entertainment purposes, as opposed to like, an actual car guy video. I give good advice as far as car stuff goes, because I'm not going to open my mouth unless I have something, worth saying in general. And the cars that I know really well. But in case nobody else covered this, this is a good video for me to just try to be entertaining with. And Misha's helping. Isn't that right, Misha? Okay. So, now that the cat has moved on to grooming herself, maybe not, we are going to discuss exactly what these miracles in Really, Misha? Really? I'm trying to film the video here. You can't eat the timing belt. Misha, you can't. You can't eat the serpentine. It's not a snake. It's called a serpentine belt, but it's like you can't eat it. Misha, you can't eat this. Misha, you can't eat this. So the oh, look, I have them on the right side. So, that's for that and that's for that. You figure it out. I just can't. I'll light a cigarette, see if I can fucking focus here. Hold on. Maybe do a sip of coffee, some brain juice. some, let's just call smoke from cigarettes word wind. As opposed to wormwood. That's the Leviathan that ended the world in 2011. Well, it didn't. You're welcome. Misha. Misha! Did you save the world from the evil goddess Hathor? Did Timmy fall down a well? Would you be talking about, Liz? Misha! Would you leave that alone? Alright. Now. Blaster. Silicone and lithium sprays. Basically, this is for metal stuff that moves or that you don't want to rust. This is for rubber stuff that moves or that doesn't move. Mainly that moves. Great for any kind of rubber that functions for anything. To preserve it, to keep the factory grease locked in. Okay, and if you're gonna go in there and armor all it, silicone it afterwards. Okay, and you actually have their specific belt and rubber conditioners. Also, tire shine works pretty good for that. And Misha, she does a great job. You just run her all over your tires. She gets the dust right off. She's great for brake dust too, huh, Misha? Good job on that. Do you mind? No, now you're gonna fucking attack the bottle. Really? I can't hold the camera steady when you keep making me laugh. Alright. Now. Gosh. I wasn't trying to lure you back in here, Misha. You're right. Ow! She just tried to eat my foot. Okay, so blaster, silicone, and lithium spray. Last on rubber window door seals, winches, cables, pulleys, rubber storm shutters, windows, racks, bushing, bearing, chains, O-ring chains, basically O-ring chains for the rubber on them. You'd be better off with lithium on all metal chains. You got a bushing with metal that rotates on the inside like an energy suspension bushing. Use the lithium on the metal part and use the silicone on the outside. Now, as far as squeaks that you hear under the hood, you spray this on the bearings and pulleys. And what you want to do is get that with the car running. And what you'll find is that as soon as you get the lithium spray on the problem in question, unless you desperately need to replace it, it'll just stop the noise. And that's what just happened just now when I went out there and sprayed lithium spray on the power steering pump. Okay. But what I was saying earlier, it's a Honda power steering pump. So a little bit of bearing chirp at 10 years old isn't really a big deal as much as that car gets driven around in wet weather. I mean, a lot. And my wife is known for not giving a fuck about puddles. Let's just face it. She's killed 2 cars that way. Yeah, I'm talking about you, honey. I know you're going to watch this. Poor Scion, poor Jeep. Splashy, splashy. They died. Yeah. I didn't think that puddle was that deep. I know. That's why I got you a fucking Honda CRV, didn't I? And I got new stuff. I made sure I got new splash shields for that bitch. Anyway. So, you want to try to get with this little red guy in there around both sides of the bearing, if at all possible. If not, just get it as away from the belt as possible and, you know, get it on the bearing while it's spinning. And you soak that shit in there, and it'll make your bearing last longer. It'll prevent more dirt from getting in there. It'll lock the dirt up that's on there. And most importantly, it will allow you to continue to drive on something until you can afford the part to replace it. So, you know, you figure out you got a problem because you hear a noise. You then schedule your mechanic visit or whatever, or plan on when to schedule it. Write it on your calendar. Make sure you fucking make a day that you're going to get that shit fixed, or else you're going to forget it. Okay? Because then you're going to go put a Band-Aid on it. And you're going to temporarily quiet the noise. Now, this, while the belt is rotating, while the belt is rotating, you want to spray like in a pattern with the little red guy stuck into the end of the sprayer, and basically just go real slow in one spot. If the belt comes towards you, don't spray on this side because it's all just going to get flung off. You want to spray down here. So then the lube will be coming up and then have time to soak in the belt before it goes around the pulley and flings off of it. So you want to spray right there, real slowly, from one side to another. And you'll see it just get striped and moist as you progress, as the car is running. Then you want to go on the other side of the pulley, and you're not going to be able to reach too well, but you're just going to mist a little bit back and forth, side to side, on the inside. And that's going to protect your belt from wear and tear and from becoming one of those squeaky old nasty belts. Another thing I do recommend, I talked about on the previous video, Micro V. Gates can be found at O'Reilly Auto Parts, and bless them for carrying so much of it. There are few aftermarket parts I will put on a Honda. Gates for all of my belts and pulleys. Gates for all of my heating and cooling hoses. nothing else. And I've never had a single problem with any of it. So, thank you to O'Reilly for carrying this fine product, Blaster, lithium, and silicone spray, and for continuing to carry what I call one of my restoration staples. When I restore a car, and I've done a few, I replace all the rubber and every tensioner pulley, if applicable, with a Gates product. And if you have any sort of similar restoration project, or if you wonder whether it's worthwhile, if you have a car that you bought used, it's definitely worthwhile to go in there and just replace all the hoses now. And you can get them all for a very reasonable price and get high quality parts from Gates. Now, if you want to order a tensioner pulley, like I said on the previous video, you might want to go ahead and get it now before a fucking Trump tariff kicks in. Thanks for watching, everybody. Please click the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Y'all take it easy, but don't take it all.